The RNLI currently issues two types of parachute flares. A white parachute flare, which is used to illuminate an incident area, and a red distress parachute flare, which should only ever be deployed in an emergency situation. Both the red distress and the white para-illuminating flares are identical in construction and operation, only the outer labelling and the inner flare composition differ. The illuminating flare has a white bottom cap. The red distress flare has a red bottom cap. Position yourself away from flammables such as fuel tank vents. Hold the flare firmly by the ribbed handle. Unscrew the bottom cap. Hold the flare outboard at arm's length and ensure it is pointing away from your body. Check that your hands are clear of the top of the flare and pull sharply down on the red ball at the end of the cord hanging from the base of the flare. A white para-flare will climb to a height of 300 meters and will burn with an intensity of 90,000 candelas for a period of 30 seconds. A red distress para-flare will also climb to an altitude of 300 meters and will burn with an intensity of 30,000 candelas for a slightly longer period of 40 seconds. It is capable of being seen up to 30 nautical miles away and therefore can be used to alert vessels beyond the horizon. Day-night distress signals are currently issued to all seagoing crew and are carried in two separate pockets located either side of the ALB and the ILB life jacket. The flare has been designed for personal distress signalling and incorporates a red pinpoint flare at one end for use at night or by day, and a dense orange smoke at the other end for daytime use only. These can be used independently. The night signal, the red flare, has a red end cap with 8 ribs on it. The day signal, the orange smoke, has a brown end cap with only 4 ribs on it. This helps the user to identify the appropriate end at night. As with other handheld distress flares, the unit should only be activated when the search and rescue unit has been sighted. Select the end to be used and remove the end cap. Activate the distress signal by pulling the red toggle sharply away from the body. Hold away from your face and point the flare downwind away from your body. The red flare will burn with an intensity of 15,000 candelas for approximately 20 seconds before going out. The orange smoke will last for approximately 18 seconds before running out. The replacement line thrower 250 should be used for exactly the same purposes as the speed line 250. However, there are some subtle differences in the way it should be operated. As with the speed line 250, the line thrower 250 has been designed as a self-contained unit and should be stored in the designated locker. Once again, before attempting to use the line thrower, users must wear full protective clothing with the helmet visor down. Hold the line thrower over and under the guardrail to ensure a steady firing position is achieved, holding the casing firmly against the outside of the thigh. Remove the front cover and point the line thrower in the desired flight direction. All rocket projectiles will seek the wind and turn into it when fired, and you should bear this in mind when operating the line thrower. When you are satisfied that you are in a stable firing position, remove the red safety tape from the grip. Aim the line thrower over the top of the target and be prepared for recoil. Turn the grip to the left or to the right and fire. The inboard end of the rocket line is secured inside the container. Once the rocket line has been fired, the inboard end will need to be disconnected from the container and tied securely to the line to be passed to the casualty. Live smoke flare canisters are small and compact distress signals for daylight use only and produce dense orange smoke for a minimum of 3 minutes. The RNLI currently issues the live smoke distress signal to lifeguards. Live smokes are used on the beach during helicopter rescue operations as they can be seen from a great distance and are good indicators of wind direction. When not being used, the live smoke should be securely stored in a pyrotechnic container and not removed until required. Before activating the live smoke canister, ensure the immediate beach area has been cleared and that all members of the public are at a safe distance, at least 30 meters if possible. Remove the plastic end cap and point the canister away from the body. Pull the ring firmly away from the canister and ensure your hands remain clear of the hot end. Place on the sand immediately and position yourself at least 2 meters upwind and away from the canister. After a 2-second delay, the canister will start to emit orange smoke and will continue to discharge for a minimum of 3 minutes. Make sure you are far enough away so as not to inhale the smoke. After use, allow the signal to cool or douse with water. The orange hand smoke has been designed for personal distress signalling, primarily used by RNLI lifeguards to pinpoint a location and indicate wind direction for helicopter operations. It produces dense orange smoke for 60 seconds. The hand smoke should be securely stored in a pyrotechnic container and not removed until required. Unscrew the orange end cap and point the hand smoke away from your body. To ignite, pull the tab sharply away from your body. Hold at arm's length and point downwind. The end plug will eject after a 2-second delay and dense orange smoke will be emitted for a minimum of 60 seconds. After use, allow the signal to cool or douse in water. Red hand flares are currently carried on board all ALBs and should be stowed in the dedicated locker or on the bulkhead in the main cabin for easy access in case of emergency. The red Mark 8 hand flare produces a red-hot flame for 60 seconds and is designed to be used in emergency situations to alert search and rescue units to your position. It should only be activated when the search and rescue unit has been sighted. Hold the flare firmly by the ribbed handle. Pull out the red end until the telescopic tube is fully extended and engaged. Unscrew the red end cap and hold the flare at arm's length away from your body. Pull sharply on the red ball located on the cord at the top of the flare. The end plug will eject after a 2-second delay and the flare will ignite and burn for 60 seconds. Point the flare downwind and continue to hold at arm's length outboard of the vessel. When the flare has burnt out, allow to cool down naturally or place in a bucket of water.